This week in gaming was a weirdly bittersweet turning point for Xbox. Fans uncovered some hidden details in the Battlefield 6 roadmap, Arc Raiders could be getting a major skill tree update, and much more. Xbox is going through some changes. This week, the Xbox Game Pass pricing dropped from $30 to $23 for the Ultimate tier and from $16.50 to $14 for the PC Game Pass. This is the first price drop we've seen for the service since it increased by $10 back in October of last year. Prior to that price hike, many considered the service to be one of the best deals in gaming, so seeing the price drop is certainly a welcome change in direction. Unfortunately, Xbox clarified that the primary reason the price is dropping is that future Call of Duty games will not be available on Game Pass at launch. Instead, subscribers will have to wait until the following holiday season to get it, which is essentially a year delay. And considering that reports are suggesting that Call of Duty Black Ops 6 being on the Game Pass ended up costing Xbox over $300 million in lost sales, makes a bit of sense for actually removing it from the Game Pass. Last week's big roadmap reveal for Battlefield 6 might have a surprising teaser hidden within. The Season 5 teaser image might be hinting at a map set in Las Vegas. That season is expected to deliver 3 maps and additional quality of life features, but DICE didn't give us any specifics. Fans say that flipping the teaser footage upside down shows the Welcome to Las Vegas sign. And what makes this a big deal is that we've never gotten a Las Vegas map in a Battlefield game before, which means this teaser could be for a brand new map design instead of another remake. The roadmap revealed several remakes are planned to launch with Battlefield 6, including remakes of Grand Bazaar, Golmud Railway, and Wake Island. So Season 5 delivering a Las Vegas map is actually a pretty cool idea. The skill tree for Arc Raiders, the social extraction shooter, may be getting a major overhaul. The game's next expedition, aka the optional character wipe that gives you rewards like increased stash size for the inconvenience, will change how you get additional skill points. Instead of the quantity of skill points being tied to your stash value when you complete an expedition, you'll get up to 5 skill points for dealing damage as part of the specific challenge. As part of the announcement, the game's design director Virgil Watkins said that they didn't nail the current skill tree and that there's definitely skills in there that are underserving their purpose. He said changes are coming that won't be small statistical changes. Now, I wouldn't expect anything that's going to dramatically tip the balance in one direction or give you an insane advantage over the players without certain skills, but I could certainly see some of the weaker, not sought after skills like the walking to regain stamina easily getting replaced by something else. Now, that is of course more wishful thinking on my part, but this has definitely been one of the weaker parts of Arc Raiders, so the fact that the devs are looking into it does get me excited. We also got a teaser from the Riven Tides update, which shows a new coastal map. The update is launching on the 28th. It's looking like Hell Let Loose Vietnam will be everything Hell Let Loose fans enjoy about the hardcore tactical World War II shooter, just set in the Vietnam War. Early previews of the game released today, with most saying that it's just as hardcore as the original, doesn't do a lot of hand-holding, and also offers new mechanics and vehicles. Players on the North Vietnamese Army faction can dig tunnels that'll let you quickly travel between objectives. And it'll be interesting to see how some of this more asymmetrical approach to combat will play out once the game is available. Hell Let Loose Vietnam is launching this year, and it sounds like closed playtesting is expanding to more players soon. The great-grandfather of tactical FPSs, Counter-Strike 2, got its biggest update since launch this week. Its entire animation system, including all animations and how they're synced by the server for all players, has been remade from the ground up to be as optimized and competitive as possible. And while it might not look like a massive change from the outside, the new system has boosted the average FPS for players on lower-end PCs. It also makes movement changes more consistent and readable in both third and first person. Players now lean more cleanly in the direction that they're headed. Character models no longer bob instantly up and down when walking along ramps or stairs, and screen shake when shooting has also been reduced. And under the hood, there is a litany of improvements that would take forever to try and go over and explain all of them, so suffice to say it is Counter-Strike 2 now feels much better to play overall. Capcom's single-player dominance refuses to slow down. Their latest release, the sci-fi third-person dad shooter Pragmata, blew past 1 million units sold in just 2 days, and it sounds like it's performing quite well with both critics and players. Across the board, reviews have been very positive. The game was announced in 2020 and originally scheduled to launch in 2022. 4 years later, it's finally out, and considering it's a brand new IP, its performance is great to see. The industry seems hell-bent on just making live service games or remaking classic titles. Capcom doubling down on their single-player titles with Resident Evil and Pragmata is really working out for them and could help show the entire industry that there's still a massive market for original AAA single-player games. And speaking of successful single-player games, the bullet hell survival shooter Soros looks like it's shaping up to be one hell of a launch. This is Housemarque's next title following their critically acclaimed PlayStation 5 launch title, Returnal. Soros takes many of the game's mechanics and remixes them to be more accessible while telling a new story of its own. Reviews for the game have been outstanding so far, beating Returnal's own Metacritic score of 86 with an 88. Soros launches on the 30th as a PlayStation 5 exclusive. Now, if you've been waiting patiently, or probably impatiently, for Titanfall 3, well, this little indie title might actually scratch that itch for you. ShatterRush is an upcoming movement FPS with giant mech suits, and it's being built by 2 developers. It has a very early pre-alpha build that you can download and play right now. The game's latest trailer showcases plenty of Titanfall-esque mechanics like wall running, stims, and grapples, but it also highlights the game's impressive destruction mechanics with huge structures getting blown to bits by Titan weapons. The game is clearly very early in development and still doesn't have the production value of the actual Titanfall franchise, but if you're more concerned with gameplay than graphics, it looks like it could be a lot of fun. You can get the pre-alpha test directly via Steam, and the game is currently scheduled to launch in early access Q3 2027. Ubisoft finally revealed their upcoming Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake. Black Flag Resynced is both a total facelift and a remake of the game's core combat and stealth mechanics. All of the original game's motion captured performances, dialogue, and story content is intact, but it's all updated with high resolution textures, more complex models, modern lighting, and other enhancements. The gameplay mechanics for combat, parkour, and stealth have been streamlined with an emphasis on the franchise's more recent action-oriented approach, but stealth is still a big emphasis, with the missions that require going undetected being updated so that you don't instantly fail if you are detected. There's also new naval combat options like additional firepower that you can upgrade your ship with, plus new crew and companions that get new story missions. Overall, it looks like everything you'd hope for a remake of the original game. Black Flag Resynced is due out on July 9th. The mouse-themed detective noir FPS Mouse PI for Hire is doing great with critics and players. The game is essentially a boomer shooter with a heavily stylized and hand-animated mix of 2D characters in 3D environments. You play as Jack Pepper, a private investigator trying to unravel a complex web of murder, illegal cheese distribution, corrupt politicians, and crooked cops. Overall, the game is a wonderful send-up of the 1930s rubber hose animation. Everything about the game is just oozing with incredible attention to detail, and if you want to see a deeper dive into the game and maybe check out if it's for you, check out this video right here. As always, guys, thank you so much for hanging out for This Week in Gaming. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. This is Level Cap, signing off.